coming down.
I haven't.
I don't really get into hockey. I mean, if the Kings are playing, I'll watch.
Yeah.
If they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But other than that, playoff hockey is pretty cool.
How's it, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Culture the Podcast. I'll see how I edit this one. We just came off of a pretty deep podcast, so that'll probably be its own little entity. If you want to check it out, it'll probably be the one before this one, gun control, good stuff. Oh, I know what the topic is. Duh. TG, baby. Top Gun.
Top Gun in the house.
So, I mean, we're going to have to...
No, don't. No, I have
He hasn't seen it.
I have not seen it yet.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
I mean, don't worry. I've heard a lot about it, so don't think you're going to...
Okay, look.
I plan to see it, I mean, but I'm not tripping over it.
For those who haven't seen it, spoiler alerts, possibly. So just kind of, if you want to see it first, don't fucking watch it.
Generalize and then go into a spoiler situation.
Well, here's what I want to do.
I feel guilty right now if we're gonna have this conversation with you around if you're gonna go see it. Like,
yeah, right.
It's one of those movies I don't want
you have to.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. I want to hear what you've heard about it and see what they've spoiled for you already, and then that's why I want to preface it with this. Maybe spoiler alerts. So we're gonna see what Roman knows about it, and then if he really hasn't had it spoiled, we'll try to stay on the theme of not spoiling for the rest of you guys.
So everybody has kind of been on like, oh, you have to see it. I'm gonna go see it again, but
definitely gonna see it again.
Go see it.
We should all go.
Definitely gonna see it again, and you have to see it in theater.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around and wait till it comes out. Even if you're not a Top Gun fan, even if you're like, oh yeah, I know the movie, it was cool, whatever. But
everybody I've talked to, like, no matter what background, whatever, everybody's like, this is the movie. Nobody's seen a movie like this in a long time.
It's one of those things. It's like the build up. It's like you can't really live up to, and yet it does. So before you get into it, did you cry at all?
Oh, fucking
what? No
fucking
way. This
like,
is awesome.
So
I didn't make 5 minutes before I was like,
yeah.
No.
So there's a scene in the beginning, and I like how they started the fucking movie off. I was like, fucking bravo.
immediate.
So here, okay, god damn, this is so fucking. So I came into the movie with the with the preface of like this the CGI or whatever the fuck they use, the cinematography is gonna be insane. The fighter pilot shit, all the because Top Gun was dope. So you figure Top Gun was dope back then. So CGI and all the shit on top of it, it's just gonna be that much better. You know what I mean? I was like, now, because before they were like model planes, and then like they were shooting like little like bottle rockets at it and shit, like to make the explosions. And now it's like you have actual CGI, and they probably blew up some fucking planes too. I don't know, who knows. So I knew off the bat, okay, it's gonna be fucking packed full of action and all this shit. I did not expect the writing to be as good as it was. The storyline was fucking impeccable. And I was like, motherfucker. That's what had me walking out of the theater like I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised with the movie. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh yeah, Mission Impossible-esque, or Endgame type of fucking, action, So it definitely hit all the marks when it comes to the action, but the storyline was just like it was so beautifully written. And I was just like, wow, fucking bravo, good shit.
A movie that's been 35 years between its first and its original, for it to have that kind of just feeling.
Yeah.
The moment, like 20 seconds into the thing.
And is it a long movie? Is it
2.5 hours?
Okay.
Yeah, it's solid.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, you feel like that was a good movie.
But you don't feel like you were in there for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I remember getting out. I'm like, man, that was quick.
That was it.
It was like it was 3 hours later from the time.
That's a sign of a really good movie.
Yeah.
Just flew by.
Had to pee.
When did you go pee?
You held it?
I went pee, It's a fucking spoiler. It's a huge spoiler.
Just, I'll tell you when I went to go pee. It was during right after the spiral.
Do you guys normally go pee during a movie? Like, is that like
No. I'm. But the last 2 movies that I watched
fucking
had
old ass, dude?
to pee in both of them. I was fucking pissed. You know?
I had a big soda before, and I brought 2 beers into the movie, so I had no chance. Right after the spiral with Goose. Not Goose.
No.
Rooster.
I was about to say Goose.
Sorry.
What the hell?
So I timed mine where I was like because I was like I kind of know where this is gonna be like a lengthy kind of like conversation piece kind of thing. But it was the ceremony for a certain.
Oh, you waited for a while then.
Yeah. I held out.
Question: did they have another like beach volleyball scene?
They did.
Did they?
They did. But it wasn't volleyball. It wasn't volleyball,
Nice.
and it pertained to the story, so it's kind of
Yeah,
cool because you're just kind of so like there. So this is the thing. There are what would be considered cheesy moments for people that are like real haters. They're gonna be like, that was fucking cheesy. And one of my biggest critiques is that they followed the Top Gun, the original Top Gun storyline, or like character wise, a little too
Much.
close. They did great. But this is me being like critical.
Just finding
So
something you could.
Yeah, where it's like
But I mean, he's just pointing out. So
Or like-
he loves the damn movie.
Rooster comes in with the open Hawaiian shirt, you know, like
Hell yeah.
you know, looking like Pops. You know, it's like
Did they do
it's in the preview, so I don't really. I'm not giving anything away.
Close your eyes anymore.
So I'm not gonna fucking ruin it for you, because that was one of the fucking points where I was like, "Fuck."
There were definitely songs in there that brought
That-
you right back.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
dude,
Stuff
the
that-
opening. So the opening credit scene. I'm not for those. You might as well fucking watch Top Gun again because you know. And if you love that opening credit scene,
That's on.
your dick is gonna be so much harder, or your vagina is gonna be so much,
Wetter.
moistened, more moistened when that open. Because the dun 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 dun. When you the build up and then they're on the what is it called the carrier. Fuck, man, I was like, and then
that was a medium.
and then being in aviation, where you're just kind of like, I know what they're doing. Fuck, oh yeah, I'll marshal that bad boy in. Yeah, all right, yeah. Oh, you got your little wing walkers
throw
there.
Up that X.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. Oh, ready to take off. All right. It's like, bro, it made, like, I was ready to be like, like, let's fucking go. That shit was, yeah, all the actually, like, so the nostalgia is fucking there. If you're one of the people that like,
That's one thing I heard. They did a bunch of good nods to the old movie.
They do a lot of the same parts of the story as the same movie, but with characters playing different roles.
Yeah.
Of that same.
yeah, like you could see the evolution of where like, oh, there's Maverick, there's kind of thing. Hangman.
Yes.
Hangman is the most distracting fucking character as far as looks goes.
Uh-huh.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me with this guy? I'm
But it was fantastic.
I'm a straight man, but I was like, this guy is fucking gorgeous, and I'm like,
Who was that? Who was that?
Hangman. He's
Who
kind
was
of
that
like
guy?
He was like the Iceman.
he's the Iceman / Maverick.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty of it is so they followed the storyline as far as kind of like the 2 pilots, top of the class type of shit,
Uh-huh.
right? But it's Hangman is like a love child between Iceman and Maverick because he's like a fucking loose cannon kind of pilot, but he's just a fucking stud too. You know what I mean? And
Who's the actor though?
his name is fucking something Powell. Josh Powell? No, Jeff. No,
What was he in?
Glenn Powell.
Huh?
No,
Stand by.
What's he been in?
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
He's a handsome dude.
He was in. He hasn't been in too much, but he was in.
What's this guy?
Oh, okay.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's been in.
He's fucking
What he's
distracting. I was just the whole time I was like, God damn, like this is.
He's a hunk.
He's a fucking hunk and a half. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, they fucking.
Hunk and a half.
They fucking. They casted that shit fucking perfectly, and he's and the role he plays, he's like such a fucking like dick. You're just kind of like, fuck, man. He's like the typical quintessential alpha.
Do you think Navy enrollment's gonna get boosted from this?
Oh, fucking for sure,
Oh, yeah.
sure. Then they're gonna realize Navy sucks, and they probably should have joined fucking the Marines or the fucking yeah. Like, wait a second, when do I get in the fighter jet? Like, oh yeah, not you, man. Sorry, you're dumb as rocks. We're not putting you in a fucking. We're not gonna put you in an F-22 fucking Raptor. You out of your mind? Fucking crazy, man. It was fucking fantastic. He's a very underrated actor, in my opinion. Like him and Whiplash was fucking fantastic, and then
you're naming characters that
Rooster is.
You said Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah,
I know that dude.
So and then Rooster
he's
is
a hunk himself.
Right? He's Goose's son, right? And then a lot of people. Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah. Oh, God. Gotcha.
Possible spoiler alert. Yeah. So he
They said for like his headshot when they sent him in and all that stuff for like audition, they photoshopped a mustache on him so they could have him look like.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
So that's why it's like it's kind of cheesy and like okay,
yeah,
but it makes sense because it's like he's paying homage to his dad.
Yeah.
Like you could tell like this guy wants to be his like he's got a hang up, you know, and how they filled how you see how they bridge the gap because people are like, dude, he's gonna be like fucking 40. How's he gonna be in the fucking Navy at 40? You know what I mean? Like what the fuck is this? But you see how they bridge the gap in the storyline
No.
with Rooster, where it's like, so he. In Top Gun, if you watch Top Gun, there's a little kid. There's a little kid. It's Rooster's, or it's Rooster. It's Goose's son.
Yeah.
He's like in the movie. What he looks like, he's like anywhere from 4 to 6, right? So in the storyline, they fixed the plot hole by saying that his papers were pulled. Well, his papers were pulled for 4 years to protect him, kind of thing, right? And I don't want to give away too much because it's a big part of the. Well, with Roman, because Roman didn't even know Rooster was his fucking son. He's like, I've already heard a lot about it. Like, wait a second, what?
You see the preview, you got it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
I'm not upset.
Because had it not been, and it's like,
I think it's just badass.
Really, a guy with a fucking mustache that looks exactly like you guys are just trying to like take characters and put them in, take those exact characters and put them in this fucking movie. But no, everyone kind of had like their. That's what I'm saying. The writing is brilliant because even the characters and like the roles they played, you could see it's like Maverick has to deal with a Maverick.
Supposed to come out, like when COVID hit, but because COVID hit and the thing with theaters and whatnot, they held it off. It's pretty badass.
So did you hear about the opening credits, or before the opening credits even start?
Yeah.
There's a little message from Tom. Tom comes out, talks to the audience specifically, and he's like, "Hey, look, this movie's been made for X amount of years. We wanted to do it justice. This movie's for you. So enjoy."
Pretty badass.
Yeah. Well, it was fucking like, I was like, man.
Did people in your theater clap?
Not for that part.
No, I mean at the end.
Oh, fucking not just at the end. And like there's like
multiple.
They have multiple like breaks. Not breaks, but they have multiple like moments where like hold for applause. It's fucking sick. It's
no
sick.
way.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Crystal to watch it. She's down. It's just we just haven't had.
Yeah.
time.
If you're thinking like if you're just excited about like, oh man, fucking Top Gun action, that kind of whole fucking thing, you're for sure gonna be happy because the writing is so like that's for me what did it.
Everybody who I talk to is like, I haven't seen a movie like this in a very long time. I'm just happy that something like this is out. Like it's dope.
Because everything like
it's a movie for our generation.
Yeah, and they're trying to pump out like so many movies just to kind of like, oh, let's do a reboot of Ghostbusters. Let's do this, and then we'll just put like a flair on it because now we have the technology to do cool shit with it and all this stuff, or even like all the like the Star Wars stuff where it's like they're pumping all this shit out to where it's like we just need a storyline. Like what's a good storyline that we can do so we can kind of like bridge this shit along. This is like a movie that you could tell was fucking really thought out, and they're like this is kind of, and we're gonna like pay homage to the characters from the first movie and give them their due in this movie kind of thing, and it's kind of like a salute.
What's nice is that they mention a character in the first movie that is actually a pretty big character in this movie, but you never see them in the first movie.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was kind of nice because they were able to.
Because somebody couldn't get their shit together as far as losing weight and staying young looking. It kind of gave that one away a little bit, but yeah. So the love interest.
Yeah.
The love interest is it's not just a random fucking love interest, which is why I liked it, because it was like brilliant. They kind of like called back
a bunch of things.
Called back to someone that was,
it was basically somebody they mentioned for literally 3 or 4 seconds in the first movie, but they gave her this whole role in this one.
Who the fuck is that? Is that too
you
big
could
of a
look?
spoiler?
I forget what her name is.
It's the Admiral's daughter.
Oh, okay.
They mentioned that he.
It's why he got fucking like in trouble, or why the Admiral hits him,
yeah.
because he fucked around with the Admiral's daughter.
Gotcha.
So
that's when Goose things in. He's like, Penny, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's all they mentioned her in the first movie.
Yeah, but now they brought her in as like she was the one, kind of thing.
I really liked what they did with the first bar scene when everybody kind of comes in, and then what happens afterwards. It was like a similar thing that Tom Cruise had to go through.
That's what I'm saying. That's like if I'm gonna be a dickhead and critique it, it's like they basically took the same like scene format for a lot of the movie and of Top Gun, and just kind of rebooted it in this sense.
A lot of comedies do that.
But they did it fucking but they did it fucking very well. The
I think
writing's
a lot of movies kind of follow the structure of
Mhm.
Something that happened previously and just redo it.
Like if this was a reboot, I would have been like, it's fucking the exact same fucking shit. I'm watching the exact same shit. But the fact that it's not a reboot, it's kind of like it's a sequel.
But it's also a standalone.
But yeah, it plays so much. It's almost like a reboot and a sequel like mushed together. You know what I mean? With like a better storyline.
So scale of 1 to 10.
10.
Easy.
10 for sure.
Down.
10.
Yeah, everybody who I've asked.
For sure 10.
Yeah.
It's a movie unlike I've seen.
You don't even have to watch the first one to enjoy it.
Uh-huh. It just adds to it if you do.
Like I haven't seen an impactful movie like this where I was just kind of like, man, what the fuck? Like, The Sixth Sense, I can remember standing out to me where I'm just kind of like, what? That's a fucking crazy, but it's a completely different type of movie. But it was just kind of like, wow, that's gonna be a memorable. That's like that's a hit.
It was like a Dark Knight kind of thing. Remember the Dark Knight, the second one of the Christian.
Yeah, something like that. Like Endgame. It's like for sure. Like to me, it lives up to the hype the way Endgame lived up to the hype for me. You know what I mean?
But see, like, I don't know. I haven't seen this movie, but like Endgame to me, all Marvel movies are like Marvel movies.
Mhm.
It's just like, it's cool, but it's a Marvel movie. It's not like a
whole different
Dark
style.
Knight.
Yeah, it's its own style.
That was a movie that was like a comic book movie, but that's a cool movie by itself. Endgame is cool. Like it had a ton of story, put it in 3 hours, and did a really good job of.
Have you guys seen the new Batman?
I have not seen it.
Yeah, I need to see that.
I've tried to watch it
because it's not full of too much CGI.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's really drama based.
So I wanted to get into this. I 100% see your argument that you had about the fucking like green screen and the shit, because Tom Cruise says it he's like, the G's are real, the planes are real, the flying's real.
In his intro.
Yeah, everything's real, so enjoy, right? When you see them in the cockpit of a fucking aircraft and they're fucking taking on G's, and you see fucking like his face is fucking like the actual, I was just kind of like, you can't fucking CGI that shit. Like that's like, I was like, and there's just some crazy like authenticity to it that comes off where I've never seen it come off in a movie like I saw it in this, where I was just like, yeah, everything was just fucking real. And I was just kind of like, that is fucking badass. I was like, yeah, you can't, I don't
You
care how
can't
many.
fake that stuff.
I don't care how
Yeah.
many projectors you have. I don't care how many fucking whatever the fucks.
They did Val Kilmer very tastefully too and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't want to.
Well,
No, I knew that.
He knows
You
he's
know
not-
you know-
that was
he's
one
not
of
well, but I'm not
Fucking
that was one of the first questions.
loved
I
it.
asked.
Fucking loved how they did that. Loved how they did that. Fucking so tastefully how they fucking integrated him into the fucking movie. Fucking perfect. That was probably my favorite part of the entire thing was how they integrated Iceman.
Iceman.
Yeah. Fucking makes total sense. And I was just kind of like, motherfucker, man. Like, how's, even if, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really a spoiler.
Go with it.
The first interaction with Maverick and Iceman is through text. It just says Iceman, or it says Ice. And he's sitting there like texting.
Would you be my wingman?
No. And I was like, that's cool. That's cool because of what he's going through. That, like, they're able to have dialogue, but he's fucked up, obviously, because of his throat cancer. So I was like, if they would have left it there, where it was just like all the dialogue and everything was just through text, I would have been like, that's cool. They paid homage. They paid homage to Iceman, and he was kind of, Val Kilmer's spirit was in the fucking film.
But then they go an extra mile.
They go the extra mile. They go the
badass.
extra mile, and you're just like, wow, fucking good on them. Good
I
on
heard
them.
you mention, you said that you hit on Star Wars, and you're like, that's a little too much.
They're just throwing so much. It's almost like Star Wars vomit just coming at you.
That's how you feel it.
Yeah, I think you really have to be invested in that whole, I guess you call
World.
it universe or
Yeah.
world or whatever, in order to.
Yeah.
You know, they have all the Clone Wars, the Obi-Wans, the Mandalorians,
Well,
the movies.
I think the argument for that is just there's so much story that everybody like needs to know, like wants to know, that like they're just making it. I think what they're doing with that world is pretty dope. Like they really do have a whole plan made out already, and they're just kind of filling in the spots. I think. Have you been watching Obi-Wan?
No, I need to start.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 episodes in right now, but I think that's pretty dope. I'm just watching it with my daughter. Like, she's just kind of got into Star Wars to talk about like CGI and stuff of the first 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's really cheesy, horrible acting, but yeah, it's I like what they're doing with Star Wars right now.
Well,
we watched Mandalorian, and then we tried watching season 2, and we were just losing interest, and then we got on Stranger Things, and that just came out. So
Yeah.
My daughter stayed up at
Binged
midnight
it.
while I was at work, watched it till like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then finished it before I was awake the next day.
the thing with Star Wars is that like there's so many books that were like written where like it explains, you know, like the Clone Wars and all this stuff. So like the fact that they're able to pump, it's like they already had the scripts ready to go.
Well, there's like conflicting stories because there's like fan books. And there's no like real official.
Right.
So this is kind of making
solidifying it.
official.
Yeah. Like this is what George Lucas.
Correct. Yeah.
Or Lucas.
But like Mandalorian, I think that was one of my gripes. So it kind of is slow, right? But for the nerds out there, they hit on like the black saber, right?
Yeah.
And they put little Grogu out there.
Yeah.
They did Grogu in the first episode, and they did the dark saber at the end. That whole season was justified with just those two things.
Season 2?
That's season 1.
Yeah.
So the fact that they did those, that made every nerd happy as hell. Like they were like, "Oh, what the hell?" And they made a whole season out of it.
They exist. Those things. Those two things exist.
And I mean, that season kind of slow, you know. I mean,
I liked the first season. I didn't get even a chance to watch the second season.
But I think they're doing a brilliant job of doing those things. They're hitting on season 2. They have Luke come out at the end, you know, little small scene, but that makes the season.
Yeah,
you know, I think their writing is pretty spot on.
Yeah, it's cool to see. Same thing with like the Marvel universe, where it's kind of like there's all these different Marvel like storylines, and it's like, okay, but which one's gonna be like the solidified MCU version? Like this is what this is, you know. But
Did you watch Stranger Things?
not the latest episode now.
We're watching it. We're like on episode 2.
Stuff because I work.
Season 4?
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
I've only gone through the first one and I fell asleep during episode 2 because I was after work.
Working nights is tough because Ashley and I always want to watch it together like that, but then it's like she's exhausted. I'm staying up late most of the time, so it's like it's hard for us to kind of get on the same page, and we only have like 2 days really that we can be together and watch it, but it's during the day because I got to go to work, so it's like let's watch the kid or you know. So unless she's willing to stay up till like 1 a.m. with me and like on like a Friday when I'm off or a Thursday, then
Plus, if there's a golf tournament on, you're not turning that off for the kid.
yeah, he'll be watching. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna get in this other room. I want to get a TV just to have him like golf. And his shit is golf, trash trucks, and baseball. Like that's all. Like now, every morning he wakes up, baseball. I'm like, all right, man. Like, I got him, bro. Yeah, I got him watching like these. I actually got him just watching like baseball vlogs, like Trevor Bauer and this guy Eric Sim. They do like live ABs and shit like that, and like they just talk shit and like, but he just watches a guy like Trevor Bauer pitch for like an hour on end, but and then beat women afterwards.
Strangle.
break orbitals.
So is that how Bauer's supplementing his income?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if the Dodgers, they might still be paying him. I don't know how that contract works. I mean,
that'd be pretty sweet if they.
He could still pitch. He's still viable. He got into some fucking legal.
On like the commissioner's list or whatever this shit's called.
Yeah, I think if it's like his.
Unpaid.
Yeah, I think
it's
unpaid.
And it's if he has a long enough suspension to where they can terminate him without paying him again or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Unless it's like comes out like where he's innocent or acquitted, or I think he can.
Well, I think
paid.
he is acquitted. I think they dropped the suit. Yeah, it's weird because they once the text messages and all the receipts came out, they was kind of like, oh fuck. So I think they dropped the suit, but yeah, I don't know. He's still kind of tainted. Guy's a fucking stud though. Like I watch his vlogs. Yeah, pitcher. Yeah. I'm just like, god damn. He's got like 13 pitches. I'm like,
because he got that
fuck
substance, bro.
I guess. He's got a hell of a fuck. I can imagine what that punch felt like.
Oh, was he the one like pre-COVID, like saying? But he was like saying on Twitter, he was like, "Well, if you put this and this together,
sunblock."
Yeah. It was like, what the hell? Like, you're incriminating yourself.
Throwing 100 miles an hour at me. I want him to have good grip on that baseball.
Yeah.
I don't want that thing slipping. That's a whole other topic.
Wow. Right on. Well, this was another episode, the Top Gun episode. Fucking go out and see it if you haven't seen it. It's a fucking awesome movie. Even if you're not into Top Gun, I guarantee you'll like a lot of aspects of it, if not all of it. Other than that, you guys got anything else you want to add? Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for staying tuned. Comment, like, subscribe.
Drop a comment.
Share. Yeah, drop a comment. Are you speaking of comments? What are people saying?
About what?
The post you were like, I don't care what people say. I like doing it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. There are little people. There are people who hate.
I know for sure.
I feel them face to face.
The funny part is I get all the haters. Like I haven't had one person say anything like positive about the podcast.
Sweet that you're on doing the podcast.
Yeah, no, everyone's like, oh, you're still doing your stupid fucking podcast. That's all I get. So it's like, so I'm just curious. I know the heat he gets. I'm curious the heat that you get and where it comes from, or maybe if it's the same people.
So it's like side hate because they're like kind of like you're still doing it, or you're talking to Jose about stupid shit. Or why don't you make a podcast about it? If I'm having a conversation about anything, why don't you make a podcast about it? But it's like I'll have a conversation with that person. Oh yeah, it would be cool to be on. So it's like, what the hell? Like, I don't care.
You're more than welcome, all you guys.
Before you finish it, I think you should do the person, well, not the person that's the most engaged, but the one that's actually giving constructive thing and all that stuff. Give them that giveaway, since that giveaway didn't really pan out. But the Brixton.
Oh, for sure. If that's the case, it's probably my uncle. He's the one that fucking he comments on like every episode, like, hey, that was good.
And it is positive. Yeah, like, I mean, not that we only want positive comments.
But you know what? He's got his own channel, Fast Breaks and Breakfast, where it's all about baseball cards and card collecting and stuff like that. It's really fun, cool. He does it with his daughter, and it's really sweet. I like that he's doing it. So if you guys have time to go check that out.
So what does he do?
He opens up like packets of like baseball cards and like because he collects baseball cards.
Híjole.
He's local.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if he wants to put my shit, but
That's
yeah, local.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, and there's a big
Resurgence of baseball
community.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they all stopped.
Nice.
All right, cut off real quick, but yeah, he does baseball card like box opening kind of things, and
It's just baseball cards, or is it all cards?
I think just baseball cards, because he's always been a big fan of baseball cards. But I think if there was other cards, or maybe it'll evolve. But it's that whole culture.
Baseball cards like took a dip for a long time,
Mhm.
and then COVID hit, and then they skyrocketed.
They skyrocketed, yeah. And I think that's kind of what prompted him. I want to have him on so he could talk about it more.
That'd be dope.
But
And the newer cards are like ridiculously cool. Like
I didn't realize that each year,
yeah,
each year and each like generation has like its own look and shit. So like you can look at it and be like, oh, that's a 1985 tops, blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize it's the way it's designed. You know, so.
And like getting him graded and stuff. That's like that's a whole conversation itself.
So I'll have him on hopefully if we can get figure out the schedule, and you guys can talk to him. But yeah, check out Fast Breaks and Breakfast. But I'll see you guys on the next one. So thank you guys. Shoots. And I'm in